Yeah, it's bounty killer along with Taliban. One day,
Yo, me they are just to tell you don't ground with my family.
with corruption, all follow them flow.
Don't get it twisted, police, them not your friend. Them only working for the twisted agenda. More we the people recommend, and then the governor step in and come and twist the agenda. Burn out the wicked and bad mind people who only want to see us stumble. Oh Lord, God help me, let me spot all evil and protect all the meek and the humble. You mess with me family, post cross the line. I'm gonna make it my vendetta, go find you. Don't f with me family. The whipping car seats and blind, and you're gonna know when certain people surround you. You, cause you don't want me as your enemy.
One day,
Trust me. You don't want me as your enemy.
one day.
Hola.
That's why me not just no for them out, they just me God and me gun. If them get it twisted blood and no bother fi run, be careful of them, no for them a crop on the ground. Just a watch them while the weeds smoke pull the top of me lung. Because we serious, we not go laugh again, no care how them evils. But the evil talk for them, bad and mysterious, cup a whistle off for them. Them know how we get mad and the war kick off again. Revolutionary setting. We make statement, them just a settings. So watch it with a finger on your internet thing. Disrespect the family and bring people say you spread the things.
Cause you don't want me as your enemy. Trust me. You don't want me as your enemy. Hola. Who I go stop them? Them and them power tripping. Both conference bullshit, bag of lipping. You can't fool me. Wait till people start flipping. I know the Kool-Aid when we drink, no one sipping. Let's with me family. Post you, cross the line. I'm gonna make it my vendetta, go find you. Don't fuck with me family. They think our seats and blind, and you're gonna know when certain people surround you. Yo, cause you don't want me as your enemy. Trust me. You don't want me as your enemy.
One year, you wanna see us rise. You're agents of the state. On them, no mercy.
Shout outs to SF.
Sometimes a star can sail across the sky. Sometimes the sun can disappear in the blink of a new day. I hold no fear of being here alone. With you, I am one with everything, and 2 heartbeats from home. And though I stand on shifting sand, well, I plant my feet on sacred land. 'Cause you're deep inside me, every day and night. I can reach down deep inside me and bring you to life. So tight we cling to the strings that bind. It burns my skin when things begin to slide. I held you, oh, I held you so close. to me. You're deep inside me. You're here in my heart. You're holding your hand out to me. I can
What's going on there? You there tuned in right on. We're going to go over a couple of scenarios today. Going to try to have a serious conversation. I mean, some of it turns into comedy, but that's just the way you have to look at life sometimes. Is even though you might be going through a rough situation, later on there's still some comedy that will come out of it through growth. Growing pains, growth. And you always go to a better situation than you were just previously in. Like, for instance, okay, when I've been kicked out of places, right? You got to go, Cox. You got to go. Right? I'm like, oh, man, this sucks. All right. Okay, cool. And it happens, right? Everybody's, right? There's always a really good reason until they see my side of the evidence. Right. But you go and get your new place, and it's usually better than what you were just in. If that's not happening, okay, you might have a drug problem. Because here's the way I look at it. Anybody that I've helped out before, I've actually tried to say, okay, you got to help me out at the house, or you go get a job and you go get your new place. But until you go get a job in a new place, I'll help put money in your pocket from working, and you save it so you can go get your own place. That should be the goal, right? So I can do what I do, which is a lot. Because I end up cleaning up after people. But anyways, that's always been the goal when I've helped somebody out, is when they move along, is you got some money in your pocket to where you know you worked hard for it, and it's a good wad, and you should have saved it up. Especially 6 months ago when I say, hey, dude, it's about time, all right? I need my place back. I need my own place. Right? And 6 months goes by. Oh, I don't have any money. I can't go. Oh, okay. All right. I see. You see how that, well, what'd you do? Spend it all on drugs and alcohol or something? Right? Anyways. This new agenda that's going to be rolled out on Mr. Cox. See, the thing is, I don't want to cause damage to people or destroy people. People do it themselves just fine. I try not to enable people that are on a self-destructive path. Try to give them some positivity going forward. Dude, when you find your new place, your next place, man, it's going to be a lot better than what you just came from. Like Audition, you know, coming from up under a bridge in San Fran. Dude, here, you know, here's some money from working. And, yeah, time for you to go, dude. You're gonna, that's the way you want it. You want people to be able to go out of your vicinity, whether it's on the internet or, that's why I'm telling a personal story here. But you want to be able to tell that person, hey, dude, your next place, it's going to be great. Way better than what you just came from. Here, there's a lot of stuff to do to keep a lot of things maintained when you got responsibilities. You know, when you don't have any responsibilities besides your own mouth hole to feed, you know, you get to look at life a little different. before I get into it, and we'll go into the crux of this real quick. We're going to give a scenario because, like I said, I don't want to cause pain, harm, anybody that's going to be putting, oh, Cox is so horrible, right? Agenda. It's coming, right? Every day. But I'm going to do a retraction real quick because that's what I do, all right? Looks like, and unless some paperwork was falsified somehow, it looks like I'm going to have to retract on James D having a dishonorable discharge. So it looks like from an app he's got a honorable discharge, and that's on me for not really looking at it and believing him. See, once again, you're not supposed to believe him, I guess, anything that he says, because he's feeding you a line of bullshit every corner. So I believed him a while ago. He had a dishonorable discharge or an other than honorable, and so I peddled it so he can prove it. Look how stupid these guys are. They believe me. Well, when you lie that you're in for 10 years, but all of a sudden it's 2 years, and you say that you got, a $600,000 home on a VA loan, which is nearly damn well impossible, right? He's like, wait a minute, why is this guy, what's this guy's deal here, right? Well, it's all good comedy. That's what you got to keep it to. Like our show today, we're going to give a scenario pertaining to the title where we've got a Audition scenario mixed with a Michael Barden twist, man. Woo, baby, this is a good one, and it's about to roll out just like a fellow Mon video, and he says, Cox, I'm dropping on you, and you're going to be toast. You're going to be burnt and destroyed. Well, it takes a little while from there. Oh, I love it. I love it when it's fellow Mon season. He's like, I'm going to drop one on you, Cox. Drop a video. You're done. 6 months down the road. Just like when you ask somebody to leave your house 6 months, ago. Holy shit. And you want it to be like peaceful. I want to help you get into a new place and see you get comfortable, where it's going to be more, better for you. No, it's always got to be on the way out, freaking burning donuts in the driveway, kicking rocks all over the house from squealing tires and shit, right? You son of a bitch, Cox. Well, I mean, holy shit, I'm not the one that spent all the money that I was helping you try to save to get a new place on alcohol and drugs. That's not what I do. I save the money and go get a new place. But like I said, everybody that I've come in contact with, I do care about, and I just want to see the positive things, right? Oh my gosh. It'll be funny down the road. Hey, you know what? When people scream, "Oh, I'm homeless," well, yeah, I have been too. I've been out in snowstorms and shit like that, and with responsibilities. But I'm not calling somebody else in their comfy bed. Oh, I bet you're all comfy up in your bed there. Well, I'm out homeless in the woods in a snowstorm, right? But hey, other way around, hey, dude, you gotta go, right? You gotta go. Oh, I'm back up under my bridge. Well, you shouldn't have freaking spent all your money on drugs and alcohol. Just saying, right? Hey, we got a chat that came in from somewhere. Let's see where that came in from. Holy crap, one of the backup platforms. Aye, what's up, G? In the chat, right on, dude. Yeah, just by the way, I just go to that platform that you're on over there just to, well, it's kind of for a backup. But I see what you're saying. So we've got a Michael Barden twist with the Audition scenario mixed in with a PDF a Hebrew hammer saying that Mr. Cox is going to get swatted. Oh, man, here we go. Wasting taxpayers' dollars on a bad swatting because a guy on the internet is LARPing. Oh, no. Telling stories. Oh, man. Make sure you troll him. Make sure he shows his DD-214, everybody. We'll give you a $125 bounty if he does. Whoever gets him to either shut up or make him show his face. Make him show his DD-214 and his credentials. We'll give you $125. That's kind of the way it works. Because you got those little ShillyCon agents out there. We're not going to give you any credibility on this panel unless you show your face. We really need you to show face so I can get my $125 Christmas bonus. This is the way I look at it. So with the Auditron scenario, it was he needed to get out of San Fran because, well, how do we put this, right? Guy on the ground, cop watching. Might even be involved with the cops. It's like poor dirt farmer. It's the same thing that they might call you up and say, hey, the captain, right? Or the chief calls you up. Hey, we need an extremist drill done on our own police station. Can you come in and be a cop watcher for the afternoon? We'll give you the $1,000 that's in your ad and undergroundgov.com. We found. Right. Hire a shill on undergroundgov.com. That's the way it works, man. It's being popped out. It's being found out. We talked about it. There's this little town, Ottersville or something like that, USA. They got busted out. They didn't delete 6,000 emails pertaining to using taxpayer dollars to harass their own taxpayers, hiring people to harass their own taxpayers. That's well, no, I haven't played that yet. It's somewhere. I could grab that actually pretty quick. Just the audio. I think the reason why I didn't play it was the audio is real bad and it wouldn't be worth trying to go back and forth on it because I would just, if I did that live, it would just be an ear squelcher if I didn't catch it right. When the upside, it goes from really freaking loud to really soft real quick, and sometimes just too much work. But I can sit here and tell you, and you don't have to believe me because I'm just a LARPer and a liar anyway, right? But yeah, it's Ottersville, something like that. USA got busted out. They didn't erase 6,000 emails arranging gang stalkers to harass their own citizens. That's a no shit. Then the way they got busted out is they got a new mayor. I guess the last one had to step down. They all got busted out. So it's actually recorded. The setting is recorded partially, and it's partial in the venue where they're having, I think in the library, a city council meeting. The old city council members are sitting there just getting roasted, squirming in their chairs, about to go to jail. But anyway, sometimes, like I said, these city officials will hire gang stalkers to come fuck with people, and it's being proven. So if the Autotron situation was like that, okay, where, I've been cop watching and it's starting to kind of get hot out here, right? He's already burnt up a few other resources, getting them out of San Fran so he can get a shower. You feel bad for him. He's a good window washer, and he puts out, man, really need it. It's getting warm over here in San Fran. I really need to get out here for a minute, right? Oh, man, I was like, right at that time, I was like, oh, well, my girlfriend's gone on business for a while. Do need my windows washed and a bunch of rocks moved around in the yard and some yard work done that I just need to just bust out and get done before she gets back. And, You pay for the plane ticket, you put money in their pocket, and but the whole time, here's the thing, right? The whole time, he's on the line with the little earpiece, right? On the phone with somebody in the background the whole time, working, so forth. And I can say that the whole time, like, 90% of the time. Auditron. With PDF. The guy with PDF was helping him out with shilling with his their agendas. Oh man, that was later on down the road that I found out, but I like helping accelerate things so they can crash. Let's put it that way, because most of the time I got front row seats to the internet train wreck. How do I know there's about to be a train wreck? Well, because kind of like a first responder, there's going to be a train wreck, and they know the train's going to derail, and there's going to be, what do you say? Innocent bystanders that are not really knowing what's going on. It's going to be caught up in the crossfire of the derailment on purpose to just try to make people feel shitty about themselves, defend themselves, leak more information so people have shit to twist around for their hits, clicks, and views. Back to Auditron. Right? That's a lot of the scenarios there. A lot of scenarios. Anyways. So he comes in and he's got somebody in his earpiece the whole time. Well, that ends up being Roadhog Kennel. That's been wrenched with Malibu. Did confess that he was besties a long, long time ago with the rodent back in Illinois, listening to him through CB radio. I just wish there was some type of disclaimer that you could do. Hey, the guy that's broadcasting this is an RSO, right? Now, how can you know somebody for so long and say, vouch for the guy, huh, Roadhog Kennel? Vouch for the guy through the phone. Go, yeah, man, this guy's great, man. He's been doing radio broadcasts, woo, man, since I can remember. I've been listening to him for a long time. He good. He all right. Huh, Roadhog Kennel? That's what they did. At that time, you don't really know what's going on, right? Still trying to figure it out. This guy's up in my house trying to pick at whether or not I'm really a veteran or was in the military. Isn't that interesting? That's why I kind of make a big deal about it. And he was actually trying to gaslight me into showing him credentials or talking more about it and pushing the buttons to try to get me to go off. And his roundabout, passive-aggressive, bullshit, dumbed down, thinking he knows how to shill bust when he's more than likely the shill that wants nothing to do with trying to save children. Nothing to do. When he was at the house, I'm like, man, it's coming up, dude. There's going to be opportunities to try to help do some LARPing on the internet to try to locate and identify missing children so they can get back to their parents. Or getting taken out the bottom of an oil tanker that's sitting in the harbor of San Fran a couple weeks ago. But apparently, right, what the Navy SEALs apparently, because of Snopes, saved a bunch of children that were being held captive on an oil tanker in San Francisco harbor. But he wouldn't be interested in that. Oh, yeah, I know that, dude. It's all connected. I actually pulled up his channel last night and did an update on the bald hot dog, right? Guy that just has all of that pedophilic symbolism all over his channel and wonders why people call him a pedo. Just like PDF using some, man-boy love symbolism on his channel. He gets busted out. It disappears, but he's King Troll on planet Earth. Their PDF. Seriously, he busted out the Twoofas, the Fwadadas, the fake tweets, right? He is shield busting all day long. as he's calling the cops. Happy fuck the cops day, everybody, right? With Eric Brandt. Oh, here we go, man. Oh, it's all connected, huh, there, Audition? Well, I made sure I got Audition a two-way ticket. This more recent scenario was only a one-way ticket, but it was like, hey, you can come up here, check it out, make sure, something you want to do. Okay, but no, it was a drop off, and 3 years later, 6 months ago, I was like, hey, okay, I need my place, need my own space, please go. No, now, oh, Cox's a horrible guy. Oh, he's so horrible. Right? Yeah, well, you burnt up all your money on whatever you were doing there instead of saving it for a place. And oh my God, I'm so horrible because I need my own place back. Hello. Right? I don't need people checking out my dates when I bring them over. You know what I'm saying? Right? To try to dox them, get their license plate or something, What's Truth knows all about that scenario with he had the same type of covert agent up in his pad directly. Spudley, what's up? Well, that's why there's some Third Amendment violations going on there, and they don't even know what that is, just like PDF don't even know what an affidavit is. Seriously. And he's blasting me. You don't even know what an affidavit is. No, dude, you don't know what an affidavit is. He can't even explain what it is. Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right. So let's go through. I made some notes here. Yeah, so when this new agenda gets rolled out, whenever it does, like I said, Felomon snail speed like style. Oh, we're gonna on you, caught you now done. We're gonna drop a video on you, right? 6 months later, maybe there's a slap video. Right, it's just to be able to go into a new chat room. Oh, we got you destroyed, Cox. Okay, everybody, there's 100 people watching. Oh man, this guy, he's got a troll in the chat room saying he's destroyed. Oh man, wow. We're not gonna go to his channel. Not losing subscribers, people. Right, it's always gaining. It's been since every channel I've freaking built. Always gaining, not losing. But hey, we're destroyed over here. This is great. I love it. But the thing is, okay, I will feed the box of cornflakes to either, okay? And I've said this back in 2017. You might have missed it, some of y'all that are here now. But back in the hot tub troll days, I said it. This channel is going to take a twist and a turn. Don't believe what's going on. Get a hold of me personally. I'll explain it to you. Okay, or else, if you got to believe what you're going to hear, well, later on down the road, you're going to be caught up into a nice big old trolling net. Right? Yeah. Destroyed. Well, and that's the thing, Spudleys, is you'll see them once they infiltrate you, which was really interesting. I always kind of knew the Audition was with some weird dark force in the background. Before I knew he was with PDF, the leader of the dark side, right? Mr. Loser for himself. Right? No wonder when Audition was trying to gaslight me in my own home. No wonder he had somebody in the back, in his ear the whole time on the phone in an earpiece, trying to come up with a way to gaslight me. Right? I don't know what to do here. They're explaining the way everything looks, right? I feel it coming on, right? The gaslighting. Okay, there's I can feel this, right? All of a sudden, Audition shapeshifts in front of me, a drunk ass, as I'm trying to tell him about Jesus. Okay, that's the way it works. Just saying. I don't have to say good luck to anybody or I hope you get destroyed, because I'll just, hey, dude, Jesus got my back, whether or not you want to call me a fake Christian or not, right? It's all good. Okay, because I know my personal relationship with Holy Spirit, Jesus and God. That's first. You guys can speculate all you want, but once I start talking about Jesus, since you're so interested in my life, right? And I start talking, they're telling you about Jesus, and you shapeshift in front of me, I mean, come on, dude, right? That should tell you enough, right? I mean, come on, Illusio. I mean, even you should know what I'm talking about there, right? Anyways. So our Michael Barden twist with this story. Oh, man. I think before I get into that, I might need a little more coffee. I don't know if we're ready for that. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we might be. No, I need to find a good track here for you guys. Here, let's go with funk. Oh, yeah, a little early morning slow jam. Okay. I'm going to be gone for a couple minutes. In the chat, if you could, just give me put the number 5 in the chat if you've either heard me talk about Michael Barden or you know who Michael Barden is, because I'm going to come back. We're going to tell a little bit of what he talked about on one of his personal stories. Okay? We're going to go there in a minute. Let me know if you know who that is or you've heard me talk about it. Oh, let's grab a minute of this or so. All right. Let's be chat room victims.
The greatest sound around. The greatest sound around.
Oh man, Spuds. I got a hold of some really nice, like orange meat trout that were last year holdover. Nice medium sizers. I smoked some up, had some trout tacos, and cooked up the tiger trout for the dog. And it just threw, skin and all. Usually skin out my fish to be able to either smoke or trout taco, something like that, where the skin isn't on them. But I left the skin on this tiger trout and just threw it up on the George Foreman for the dog. And when I pulled it off, I tried it. I was like, dang, this is a lot better than I thought. And it had the most like deep red meat, but I've only caught like, let's say like first year tiger trout. And this was a holdover tiger trout. It was a little bit bigger. And it actually was pretty dang good. No seasoning or anything. Hey, what's up, Lilith? Thanks for joining in. But anyways, yeah, that was pretty good. That was recent. Had some trout tacos, man. I needed it. Needed my brain food. Needed them omegas. But yeah, and I'll tell you this, okay? If you guys ever, real quick, I'm not really a salt man. I try not to use salt in my food, so forth. But you got to use it in the fish when you smoke it because it draws out the moisture. You want to draw out some of the moisture out of it, right? So this time I used some meat tenderizer that had, some good salt in there and some paprika and something else, right, that was in there. So I used that and you kind of rub it in a little bit. I didn't use a lot because, well, I didn't use brown sugar at the same time. You're supposed to rub it in. Well, you're supposed to make a rub with the salt and the brown sugar and maybe something else, right? I think something that tries to absorb, maybe some garlic or something like that. Anyways, that's your pre-rub to draw it out. Then you put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then it draws out the moisture, and then you're supposed to rinse the fish off or the game off. And yeah, that brain food, dude. You need that brain food, man. But you rinse it off, with water. Then you do, I think, whatever you want with your fish from there as far as seasoning in the smoker, okay? And well, I didn't use brown sugar this time. and it was more salty than usual. Let's put it that way, because I just didn't have any brown sugar and I wasn't gonna go get any, and right. But it was a little more salty. So, for you guys out there that like your smoked meat and game and your brain foods and the smoker, okay, you got to use that brown sugar in your brine if you don't want it salty. But at the end, it was kind of like turned out at the end, it was, a little candied. And if I would have done, and I was almost out of honey, I used the last bit of honey. I actually had to like warm it up and get the stuff that was at the bottom that you can't get anymore, right? This jar of honey. Just had a little bit there that I was able to get on. If there would have been more, you put it right on at the end with the brush with some pepper in there. And no, that sound good. Nice. Way to leave the cow bale and bail. Anyways, that's a quick little update. More honey at the end if you don't have brown sugar. All right, because I much rather use brown sugar than vinegar. Until you piss me off, and then I gotta start using vinegar. Okay, that doesn't make me an abuser, horrible person. Okay, it just means, okay, try to help you make some money and put some money in your pocket. That way you can go get your own place and just love it. It's great having your own place, huh, man? First time in my life, really. But here's the thing, right? When you got somebody that comes right up in on you, like Audition, just know that I will more than likely, without you even knowing, have 5 times more evidence than what you can bring up on me. So when you want to start another war through the internet, right? A video war, just know, man, all the other past people and all these other past bastards that have even infiltrated right up into my own home, because I'm trying to do the right thing about people. Help them out because they're in a serious situation to begin with. Oh, I'm in a serious situation. I got to get out. Well, okay, come check it out. Just get out of there for a minute. Come check it out. Maybe you can find a place up here or something. Right, yeah. Well, just know when they fire off, dude, I probably have 5 times more. And the reason why I say the internet wars, I mean, when that whole Spitfire crew started an internet war with Monograph, calling him a pedo, right? That's some serious shit. That's this level of warfare we're about to go through. Just to let you know, if more fire, we've had a couple of, let's say, shots fired over the bow. All right. But you see, here's the thing, right? I much rather somebody like James D. or Audition that's in San Francisco, was Audition's in Hawaii now, which is good. See, he's got his own place, right? I think he might have gotten away from PDF a little bit, right? Maybe realized. But anyways, with somebody like James D., really a patriot, veteran in San Fran, man, I mean, he'd be the perfect guy to send in to, even be like a pred hunter, because some of the pred hunters catch, whether they know it or not. I think, I can't say times than say 50, okay? 50-50 is the stats so far, I'm going to set through my own personal watching and gathering statistics. We'll say 50% of the time, the pred catchers are more than likely, we'll say it in that scenario, 50% of the time, the catches are more than likely traffickers that are going to bring a child to the oil tanker in San Fran that the Navy just raided. But Snopes is going to come out and say, no, that's fake. Okay, right. But it'd be great to have somebody like, James D. ready, the ready and waiting everlasting veteran, right, to go check it out, sniff it out, catch some preds that might be the traffickers taking children to oil tankers in San Fran. I'm just saying, if you want to be a patriot, or are we all patriots around here? You see what I'm saying, right? Right? You guys starting to catch on what might be going on? I much rather focus on, look what happened 4th of July with that movie, right? That's just been the buildup for a long time. It's happening. I much rather somehow be proactive on it, just like back in the cop watcher days, right? Then you get called a patriot, a frauder, and cop stalker by Denise Mad Cow, right? Just for saying, hey, I advocate for this. Oh my gosh. We're the fourth branch of government, the oversight, for the oversight, right? There's a problem in our country. Well, see, the thing is, my opinion and the way it looks, and I could be wrong, just like James D., right? He got an honorable discharge. Good for him. Right? But it could be a play fight because nothing really came out of that. No one really got sued. It's everyone else is getting sued for calling, Predward. That's the way it's going to be. The Edward Stairs case. He's going to move on to, he helped destroy and open up the pred catchers to fight each other. Now he's going to go to the true crime where A Balance failed in the true crime drama. A Balance, news and drama. Pred catchers, news and drama. Because A Balance couldn't quite pull it off in the true crime community to get people to really split up and fight each other. It worked a little bit with his drama LARP. But man, is it gonna work with the Edward Stairs LARP? Man, some of these script writers and handlers in the background. So what'll happen is people will follow Mr. Stairs' method to the true crime community, right? His haters that they found, that they, developed and formed in their, little Aquino soldiers that they don't even know they're little Aquino soldiers. Then they'll follow him there and start blasting him, and he'll claim harassment. Because why? Well, the CP charges just didn't seem to come through. Well, they didn't take his mother's laptop he was working off of for some reason, okay? Just like Dacoin back in 2005 and 2006, for some reason didn't get charged with arson, but made a YouTube channel in between that time. All right, kind of the same scenario, right? Maybe picked up on suspicion or something happened, right? A few months later, right? Starts a YouTube channel and a year later doesn't get charged. You don't know if his release conditions were with a monitor, an ankle monitor or not, because maybe he signed something to get some special privileges if he becomes a stool pigeon. Maybe just like Denise Mad Cow when she bit that cop, dude. Seriously, when Denise Mad Cow bit that cop, they may have swept it up under the rug if she becomes a YouTube grandma for China. And who else is maybe her grandma? There's a few others out there that are kind of admittedly her, her grandson. Just like Clovis with Method F and Nick Cuck, right? She's like the mother, and they're little clucking little chicks running around the scrapyard. Oh, we starting to break up. Did I say Edward's name? Is that why we're breaking up all of a sudden? Said Edward's name. It usually has been like that. I can formulate enough pattern. I'll actually say that. Yeah. In the past, when I've said Edward Stare's name, all of a sudden I could start getting DDoSed. They didn't have the algorithms plugged well enough when I would start saying Gregory Burleson snitch. They still got 70 years, okay? They actually tried to, oh shit, we got to develop an algorithm to make sure when he starts saying these names, we can pre-program it with people's names and he drops out and people don't know who he's talking about. Okay, dude. Well, and I'll just tell you this. I'm going to probably just lay off Meth Word S because I'll tell you this. It's a honey trap, in my opinion, to be able to once again sue people that they've targeted that might have assets. So when you start blasting him, now that he's, been able to suppress the evidence to a possible CP charge, right? And maybe signed, a non-disclosure agreement to keep LARPing his LARP to destroy movements in the online communities for ShillTube. Okay, just saying, right? So I'm just telling you, and in the past too, just like with that rodent Fort Collins, it's a trap. He says he's not a pedo. People are going to call him a pedo. He wants people to call him a pedo because there's other charges on paper, whether or not I still, in my opinion, think he's a pedo, right? He's going to try to sue people because they're looking for people with assets. They'll suck you in. Hey, where do you live type thing. You got your own house, right? They figure out, oh, he owns a car, right? And all of a sudden you're being gaslit for when you fire back. Now you're getting sued after they put in a restraining order on you. That's what Meth Word likes to do, huh, fellow Mon? That was a pretty good LARP. Meth Word gets a hold of me. Hey, I want to put a restraining order on fellow Mon. Can you get a hold of me? Yeah. Drops his number. Just some internet Google number or something like that. I get a hold of him. He's like, I'll tell you what, I'll go over the case of the rodent out of Fort Collins, the SO, the RSO. And if you give me Philemon's information, whatever you got, right? Just I could figure it out from there. What do you got on Philemon, Cox? Right? I'm going to get a restraining order on him. Well, two things happened there, okay? I put Edward Stairs to the test to see if he can actually access the way he put out like he said he could. He could crack some programs and see sealed records, right? Things that you can't normally see. Right? Oh, well, hey, let's see what you got, because I knew there was some sealed records there with the rodent. Well, he couldn't unseal records, right? So that was the deal. All right, well, okay. Here's what I got on Failure Mon, right? There you go. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I don't really want to dox them like they've been trying to dox me, right? I might toy with him a little bit, put his first name out there and see how he chews on it and lies about it, right? And that's, what I mean? Hey, you did it to me. I did it to your buddy, Joseph, right? Mr. Corn Cobs. I did it to your buddy after he doxed Renee, and, you guys put out her house through Google Earth and made a video about it. A single mom, no matter how much I might dislike someone, I just don't think that's right. To take it that far, right? Especially after Joseph Cobbs meeting up with this, wannabe internet personality chick. We'll put it that way, right? Clout chasing ass. Then teams up with Tacos to do a LARP, right? To once again try to silence Mr. Cox. There have been so many of these bullshit little agendas to try to shut me up and shut me down. But I'm telling you, I more than likely have, and this is above 50% of the time, have 5 times more evidence because something don't smell right from the beginning. But I want to have a good positive outlook on people and go, okay, it looks like you need some help there. And then all of a sudden, seems like I'm getting data mined or somebody might be trying to shut me up on the internet, and they come right into your fucking house. Huh? What's truth? Wow. But that's the way it worked for Michael Barden. Michael Barden was in the, and I'm trying to tell this as accurately as possible. I'm not white knighting for the guy. I'm not shilling for anybody, okay? I'm just trying to tell it the way I captured the story. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much detail, and there is some detail where I'm just going to say the R word, R-H-A-P-E, okay, D. And anyways, Barden was, I think, first in the Air Force, got out as a firefighter, went into the National Guard and became a journalist. Gets out of the National Guard. For some reason, moves out of Iowa or somewhere like that, you know, Northeast, wherever. And moves to Arizona. And that's kind of where I pick up on him because he went real active right around the Trump campaign election season the first time around. Went real active. He went so active for some reason, and this is trying to keep this short, claims he was a targeted individual, which there's some believable shit there, okay? Especially about the RHAPED story I'm going to tell you about what happened to him. From his point of view, whether true or not, I don't know. But that's why we got a twist here. Yep. Yeah, they got it. And they're going to drop a video on you real quick here. It's coming up, Tetro. You're getting a video dropped on you. Oh, you're destroyed 6 months later, right? So anyways, Michael Barden moves to the Phoenix area and goes really active on his... Okay, thank you for the text that just came in. But anyways, hey, Lilith, you can come in your regular account too. You're not blocked, by the way. Just saying. But so Barden, he's really active. He's doing a lot of streams on YouTube, and he has raised a lot of eyebrows on his story, right? His story, right? What's truth? He's raised a lot of eyebrows on his story of being a targeted individual. Now, you can look him up. You can search Michael Barden, and you can see there's a lot of shit there, okay? Now, whether believable his story or not, he still got infiltrated, or, well, I think he was used more as a veteran pawn, just like James D, being used as a pawn. People are talking to his ear, trying to gain his clout, or use his platform to spread a false narrative about other people or whatever. And you get shillbags that are trying to jump in front. Well, they're trying to plant the seeds for the narrative. See, right now, I'm jumping in front of those seeds that are being planted right now. Starting recently, small little seeds. I'm going to jump in front of it right now. Okay. Now Barden, his way of, and this, this is what makes the Michael Barden story really weird. Okay. Whether or not, let's say he turned out to be a shill, I think if anything, he was used by Jason Goodman, possibly Praying Medic. There was something not natural there with the meetup of Jason Goodman and Praying Medic with Michael Barden in Phoenix. Okay, so there's just something really weird about that. And is actually one day I think Michael Barden was on his way to court in Phoenix, downtown, and en route walking to the courthouse, he walks by this restaurant, and Praying Medic just happened to be sitting there. And all of a sudden, Barden stops and goes, "Hey, you're a praying medic." It's like, "Yeah, hey, who are you?" Right. Maybe I don't know, but that's truth, right? That happened. Just like Jason Goodman showed up to Phoenix to hang out with Michael Barden during one of his court cases, but with the Mossad connections, really weird shit. I think he was trying to be infiltrated to be used for his platform to then destroy him. But here's the real kicker here, okay? Barden would go as far as, he went as far as for his targeted individual campaign by either purchasing, or I don't know who purchased, these freaking huge billboards off the side of the 17 highway, and I think the 10 in Phoenix, major I-10 and I-17, major freeways, highways, right? He was able to purchase, or somebody purchased for him, a giant billboard with him in a blue suit, his shaved head, and it literally said on the billboard, and I can't really quote, but, "Hi, I'm Michael Barden. I'm a targeted individual." And that was it, dude. His picture in this blueberry suit, on what he would wear going to court, because he thinks he was, well, and I do think so. He was targeted, and especially to get a weapons charge shutting him down. You get the Second Amendment. Now they work on the First Amendment. So going along in our Michael Barden story, because I don't want to go on too long about this. Like I said, I'm trying to make this as short as possible. Michael Barden eventually, he went pretty vocal. Okay. Yeah, slap videos. Well, I like the slap videos though. Like when a fellow weirdo, sock account, whoever you are, okay. I like the slap videos, like the Denise Mad Cow lying through her one tooth, right, about you, calling you a frauditor and a terrorist and so forth, right? And you see these frauditor channels popping up calling Direct D a domestic terrorist because he's watching the cops, he's filming, right? Dude, if Direct D from Phoenix wants to jump his own court case and bail, that's not on me. That's on him, dude. But calling him a domestic terrorist because, yeah, some shit happened to him. He probably experienced some corruption. And that's what happens, is you experience some corruption. Happened to me when I was real young. It took me a long time to realize what happened to me when I was real young. Like right after I turned 18, blamzo, right? They tried to get me on something. It didn't stick. Right? My civil rights were violated. It took me going through college to realize, holy shit, I was held in a jail for 2 or 3 days because they thought they found drugs in my car. Guess what they found? Guess what they found, you guys? Well, you can't guess, but it was my nephew's baggie of vitamins. But he left behind the driver's seat for some reason. He was visiting from out of town with family members. Yeah, crazy shit, man. They thought they had me, but then all of a sudden they got me the hell out of there before I could see a judge Monday morning. They got me like Friday night. Just because I was at a party where a snitch was at. Wow. That might make you look at things a little differently, especially from such a young age, right? Anyways, so going down with Michael Barden here, okay, he went so active and so vocal that he eventually found a couple of chicks that moved in with him, okay? A couple of women that were listening to his podcast that became fans. This is his story, not my version. But eventually one of these chicks, one of these women, got comfortable with him, moved in, became his girlfriend. he got comfortable enough where he would leave his home. I mean, he's had apparently, I mean, some shit happened to him in Phoenix, like some really weird shit. One of his back door, sliding door windows on his house, because he's got a field or something on the other side. Somebody shot out his window, looked like maybe a BB or maybe even a 22 BB gun. But, you know, he had some weird shit happen. You know, people showing up to the house, people sitting down the street from him, apparently, right? Whether or not he had some PTSD issues, his issues and his alarming issues were like, whoa, way over the top. And I just wish I could have done something for him. But it just didn't look real to me either. Like, a lot of people are like, dude, it looked so over the top and outlandish that you just, I mean, dude. Then the affiliation with Jason Goodman. Now Praying Medic's a whole different story, but Praying Medic was a huge pusher of Q. So not that I don't like him or his philosophy on God and Jesus, right? It's all some really weird, deep, weird stuff. But apparently, through Barden's own story, he had a chick that showed up and fell in love, right? She moves in. She was a fan. She got him comfortable enough to leave the house. He was real sketched out about leaving the house, especially, I think he had an ankle monitor on and for his gun charge, which is a different story. I tend to believe his side of the story, that somebody, either whether spiritually gaslit or somebody sent this guy in to fuck with them in a store pumping gas, right? They were eyeballing each other, and the guy got pumping gas, and then the guy followed him in, getting coffee to pay for gas or something like that. I think they went in first to go get coffee. The guy gets right up into him, like bumps into him, trying to get coffee, right? Just kind of being a dick, and then was being a dick to him, paying for gas, going out. They're eyeballing each other while they pump gas, and then all of a sudden, the perp, not Barden, but the perp, on the way out, they leave the parking lot at the same time, and the perp shows a weapon. Michael Barden shows a weapon, and the perp rats on him. And because Michael Barden's a veteran, Michael Barden catches the charge because the perp narked on him, and that's how it works. That's how the gaslighting works. It's how the gaslighting works. But yeah, we like those slap videos, Fellamon. Keep them coming. Twisted Agenda gaslighting slap videos and Denise Mad Cow lying through her one tooth is comedy to me. So just let you know, you guys want to fire over the bow, I'll tell a story. Might even get a little personal. You want to keep firing, then I might start firing back, and I don't want to. Okay? I much rather activate a veteran that's looking for his next big patriotic campaign, right? In San Fran, James D, right? I much rather activate him and say, dude, you could become a freaking pred catcher, right? And you might be stopping traffickers that are taking children back to tankers and selling them, because white Americans, it's a bad problem, okay? White Americans being trafficked over to other countries and being sold. Okay. Can I not talk about that? Is that lying? No, because even like about a year or so ago, I'm driving down the freeway in Arizona, and one of the electric billboards over the freeway, the state billboard, okay, says human trafficking is a problem. If you see anything, call this number. I can talk about this. Okay. So when I hear a story, and I'll play it, I already did not too long ago. It was released on the 27th of June. Children were saved by Navy SEALs from a tanker in San Fran. I'll play the clip for you. I already did recently in a stream. It was real quick, just a few minutes long. And then Snopes comes out right away. Oh, this is fake. This is a fraud. Okay. All right. Yeah, more than likely, Tetro. More than likely right there, because they got to project out everybody else is gay. Cox is gay. No, I'm not, dude. I like motorboat in the hot tub. All right. Yeah. I'm surprised J-Man isn't doing his own drag queen story time hours in the park, sponsored by a hospital in Australia, apparently. I'm sure it's just China to sitting there LARPing in Toronto. Right? And he's already doing that. Right? He's already, could you imagine? I could see China to doing that, or J-Man, or Mr. Jones, you know, all these weirdos. They need a job, right? And they go out and they are the let's say the sponsorship campaign fan club to get sponsors for their drag queen story time hour in the park, okay? And they go out and they go to the hospitals and talk to the vice presidents and say, hey, do you want to donate $100,000 to our campaign for Saturday drag queen story time hour in the park, right? Oh yeah, we'll even make the sign for you, $100,000, right? More than likely, I mean, it could be like that. Those guys are pretty weird. I don't advocate for that when there's knee-high littles at the park on Saturday watching a drag queen singing I Kissed a Girl and I Like It, knee-high. Knee-high littles, okay? And that's pretty messed up. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, they go year-round, dude. That's a year-round thing. Hey, you know, I'm like I said, okay, in the past, I've said this. I'm not against the people that fall for the agenda. That's my opinion. I have no hate towards people. Okay? Now, here's something, right? When I say, when somebody's pissed off at me, right? And they're like, good luck, asshole. You're going to need it, right? You're going to get destroyed. I'm going to tell everybody in town how fucked up you are, right? Okay, dude, whatever. Right? I think, and I'll say back, I think you need prayers. You need prayers, man. I'll be trying to pray for you, right? And the perp says back, right? Is that a threat? Is that a threat? What the heck? What the heck? Talk about weaponizing Christianity. Wow. So, Barden, trust this chick. And I've been trying to get back on this story. Sorry. Here's the crux of the story here. And this is the hard part to talk about. All right. And that was the whole thing with Barden and Praying Medic and Q and so forth. Saving the children, right? Well, that's to keep you from knowing which direction to look to save children or you know, get perps off the street, so forth, that might be trafficking children, trying to meet up with them on the internet, or, you know, sitting in a parking lot waiting for a white woman to come out, right? And you guys have all seen on the internet, right, where they might put a water bottle in your tire between, you know, the frame and the tire, and you see it. When you go pull it out, that's when you get, you know, abducted, all right? It's some crazy shit. So that's what Barden was kind of into, right? Saving the children, the Q, Trump, which, I mean, none of it should become illegal or be censored over, all right? So this woman staying with Barden, she convinces him to finally go out to a karaoke club. This is his words, she roofies him and has a couple of her friends come out of the woodwork that Michael Barden claims were transvestites. Two big dude transvestites. They roofied him, took him back to his own house, and continued to RHAPD him in every orifice. Now that's sorry to, you know, bust up your morning coffee with that, but true or not, I guarantee it's not the first time something like that has happened where some shillbag wants to be your friend and actually comes up right inside to your own home to try to either silence you, destroy you, want you destroyed. But the whole time, you're just trying to do right by people, trying to help people out. And you guys don't know about some of the things that I've done because I just don't put it out there. And that's my business. You know, especially for like a few veterans on their way out that were friends of mine. Try to make their last few months on the planet, you know, try to spark it up with some lunch and some funny conversation. See if they need anything done. And that's what I've done. But people don't realize that, don't care. And it's been more than just veterans where I get to spend time with somebody in their last little while on the planet and try to give them a few laughs and rub some freaking feet, but not bunions like Philemon does with freaking Denise Mad Cow, another grandson of Denise Mad Cow. Right? Just try to make people comfortable, get them water, and that's been my run, and why now I just need my own place so I can not people up into my business telling me what I need to do and what I'm thinking, which is wrong, right? Trying to predict my future. Oh, you're doing this right now. How the freak? What? That's weird. No, I'm not, but you can try to explain yourself there. But that's Auditron type gaslighting, coming into your home, trying to get you all lit up so he can record you. Well, when I turn the tables on something like that and go, oh, okay, people are going to come up into your home and try to gaslight you, well, I'll just film your fucking ass. Or be filming and you don't even freaking know. Okay? Because I'm trying to share my home with somebody that might be trying to sober up and get their life back together. But if you're bringing people into the house and possibly doing drugs in my house, now there's problems, and you're wasting the money that I'm trying to help you save by what working. That's what we all need to be doing is, everybody has to work, even disabled people still work or do projects where they can sell artwork or something like that. See what I'm saying? But damn. Make sure you put it on full screen. Holy shit. Here, let's pull that up, Tetra. What do you got there? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if I played that right now, Tetra, I'd probably get black screen for that. Worldwide, even in Antarctica. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hey, is that guy in your with the rainbow hair wig? Is that Robin's Hood in your video? Oh yeah, there's definitely fellow tard in that white dress, or is that Finding Benchwarmers? Yeah, he's a little younger, like Finding Benchwarmers. Oh my gosh, just not as buff. Oh, those guys are sick, dude. Sorry, I'm not into it, so I'm not gonna put it on my channel. But I'm glad you dropped that there, Tetro. That's hilarious. Yeah, yo mama. Oh man, I'm sure he was up in that video. There was a few of them in there. Holy shit. So now you guys might know why I've got a little more heightened security than people might think, especially when it comes to trying to assist. I don't necessarily say help. Trying to give a hand up, not a handout, help certain people, and then all of a sudden it gets twisted around. Of course, it's the way it works. A lot of homeowners know that have helped people with the spare bedroom. All of a sudden they find out they're doing drugs, not cleaning up. You got to go. 6 months later, right? Oh, it'll be a few days. Oh, it'll be a few days. Oh, can I have 2 more months? Right? No. And you already did a good job at throwing me off and helping the house get infested with critters and shit because of the smell coming out of that room that you haven't cleaned in 6 months that's got thigh-high garbage piling up in it. Anyways, I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but when I know that there's a problem coming 6 months down or 6 months earlier, right? There's a problem developing. Hey, you got to go, right? I want this to be peaceful. I'll even help you find a place and get in there. That's what I do, right? Help veterans or homeless people with bicycles, even freaking cars, just to be, or know where to locate one for somebody that's homeless. At least they have a conveyance to live in or something, right? But anyways, down the road, what you got to do is instead of be the victim, oh, he's victimized. Well, look at the Reiki that what just happened is you might get into a better place that you can trash with stomach and chest high trash now. And that's the thing. You might find somebody that's hurt, right? That can't exactly take care of themselves. But the thing is, like, here's my view on it, all right? You got public services out there that, I mean, just about freaking everybody's on at one certain level or another, okay? Has to rely upon. Well, when you're hurt, you shouldn't have to rely upon so much on your friends and family to where there should be somebody to come in and help out, like the nurse's aide, take out the garbage, maybe vacuum, right? But when you put it on your supposed friends and family, and they already, and when you kind of jacked yourself up, that makes it real tough because, I mean, other people have responsibilities, not just with themselves. And when you're doing okay and you're not hurt or injured, but you still don't help out around and do the deep cleaning in the house or clean up after yourself, or maybe even take the fresh salsa container and put it, it's in a Tupperware. It just got made. It's really good and juicy. And you, for some reason on purpose, put it in the butter drawer on its side so it leaks everywhere. That might piss people off, especially after they've been cleaning up after you for already almost 3 years. See what I'm saying? Anyways, that's just me venting a little bit, but it all pertains to our Michael Barden Twist with the Auditron scenario, okay? Aligned with PDF, aligned at one time with the rodent, just like besties of Auditron and PDF, right? And Malibu too, Wrenched in Malibu's chat, right? Roadhog Kennel. It got me on the phone a long time ago vouching and giving credit to an RSO in Fort Collins. That was the guy, Roadhog Kennel, besties. More besties in the background, known each other for a long time. I've been listening to that guy on the radio, on the CB radio since the 70s. Really, it is almost like that. An RSO. The RSO should have to, you click into their page or something, there should be a block. Hey, this guy's an RSO. Do you want to continue? Right? It should be like that. That's what I advocate for. These sickos, you get put on, you're an RSO before you click into their page. If they're going to be on any platform, hey, this guy's an RSO. You got a block so the kids can't even go past that block page. They can't even go past it if they're under 18, something like that, right? But still, I mean, it should be just a hanging or a bullet, in my opinion, when you fuck with children like that. Or got the map fetish or the teenage fetish. It's pretty fucked up. But then the sickos, like, well, I'm gonna retract real quick because I almost name dropped. Okay, associated with sicko, which isn't proven yet, but still think Mr. Stairs was able to possibly, in my opinion, suppress some evidence and do some deleting, some dirty deleting before he got had, or some type of deal there to steamroll people's traction in pred catching. Why would Edward Stairs need to call the police or take down Tommy Fellows, CPP, in Colorado? But then all of a sudden he's his buddy again. Well, trying to be. Calling him. That's some desperate handler shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, all I need to do is, say sorry to James D. I retract. Sorry for saying that you were dishonorably discharged. I was going by what you said, and I also heard from other people, and I rolled with it. And he got to prove me wrong, and that's what I like to do. If I am wrong, prove me wrong. For some reason, they can't. They bring just these little shill narratives. Oh, victim card, victim card, victim card, victim card. Horrible person, horrible man. Don't ever tell anybody about the certificates and the awards and medals he's got. He's just horrible. Okay, right? And I'm not laughing at the person that's going to be trying to start the next narrative, if that's the plan, but firing a couple of shots over the bow after you go to my enemies, it's not like that for me. I don't hate anybody. I want to see everybody succeed. Even if you got to try to pull a narrative against me, all right, destroy me so I can just retire. Perfect. I'll just retire. Bring it up, right? Bring it all up if you got it. No, they don't. It's just more slap videos of bullshit. Sock accounts. Dude, that sock account that popped up about a week or so ago now, saying, doxing my name, and behind it, in the channel name, RHAPD'd my 5-year-old. That is fucked up. To try to have to go that far. Are you shitting me to have to go that far after they've made sock accounts with my home address, right? Showing maybe a different home or the neighbor's home, so they're not really doxing you, right? That veiled little threat. All that shit didn't work, guys. It just made you into chew toys. Huh, Mr. Jones? So Mr. Jones can go around after I say, you know what? I'm going to make you guys into chew toys. Well, they really can't come up with anything original, so Mr. Jones goes around, oh, Cox, you're our chew toy. Cry yo mama. Oh, we laugh at Cox, and we laugh at you all the time. I'm glad, because that's why I'm here. I will feed you guys the box of cornflakes, and you think you might have one up on me, and when you drop the information, I'm going to drop even more and make you look really stupid. And anything you might have on me, anything, even if I told you myself, may have been a box of cornflakes for an integrity test down the road, because I already sniffed out that this person coming into my own home might be trying to data collect and trying to silence me from within. That's how bad it is out there. We'll go back to Ottersville, USA, where it was a small enough town that the city council could not delete in time 6,000 emails arranging gang stalkers with your taxpayer dollars to harass you, the taxpayer or the veteran or Whatever. They will shame Canadian your ass. Fuck yeah, dude. That was a fucked up scenario. Just like that stripper in Chilliwack, still able to make videos crying, oh, they're calling me a pedo. Well, your channel name is Bald Hot Dog. To Eats-A-Gators and detectives and FBI and other nefarious agencies out there helping protect this guy and putting out the double reverse Bald Hot Dog code, dude, you guys are fucked. That's all I gotta say. Just keep making your videos. Eventually, I mean, okay. So some people rely upon karma, you guys. I don't rely upon karma. It just happens. Okay? And when people wish bad upon me that I'm going to get destroyed, I'm going to have this happen, you're going to send this group after me, you're going to just have the cone destroy me, Malibu's going to have me arrested with the news crew sitting there waiting to film it. Okay. You think that's all karma coming to me when what happens is blessings. Now, here's my great example of how blessings happen to me. All right. Now I'm going to tell you this. I've had more times than not when I try to help somebody out, there's only been a few people that got it and actually go, okay, my time's up here. I got to go. No matter where I have to go, I got to go because this guy really needs his own space. It's been too long since I've been leeching off this guy, right? Better go. And everything's cool. Either try to help the person out. Okay, you got a car, dude. You'll figure it out, right? I got too much shit in my life. My plate's over full. I haven't been able to complete everything because I'm cleaning up after everybody too because they can't seem to clean up after themselves, and leaving Tupperware full of fresh homemade salsa in the butter dish in the refrigerator in the butter drawer on its side where it leaks all over the place. Okay, I had enough of that type of shit for 3 years. Anyways, okay, here's the thing, right? I have had people leave. You did good by me. Thanks, man. Right? The people that leave butt hurt, right? Sometimes in the past have even come back later and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck does this guy want? Right? See him walking up. What do you want? Dude, I just wanted to tell you I'm doing good and I appreciated your help even though shit turned out bad. And I've had that happen to me too before. Okay? And you want to hope for the best with people, but when you can smell something going on right from the get-go, well, just like the Audition scenario, they needed me shut up before I, and put out their narrative to try to shut me up, and then I'll respond. I don't need to start doxing people. I don't need to start throwing film up. Because I don't want it. Just want people to see people do better in their lives and be happy and move on to a better place where they can call their own, even for a little while. But it seriously seems like every time I've moved into a new place, all of a sudden people catch word and show up. I mean, I even had, you guys, okay, I got this one place, and he was actually a really good guy. And one of the ones that said, that left, knew he had to, move on, get his own spot. I think he did. Came back later and says, dude, I'm doing good, right? But I literally found, and I was living next to a little business complex many, many years ago, okay? And it found a guy at night. You just crawl up into the bushes at night, like kind of on the easement, right? And I found him like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's like, dude, I got to crash out, but I got a job right next door. I'm working in the business right next door. And I've been cleaning up in the bathroom to go to work. And he's crashed out in the bushes, but to help this company get up and going. He was from Flagstaff, man. It was some crazy shit. All right, I got some floor space in my music studio. Do you know how many times I've shut down my music studio to help somebody out? Shut down. There's a room for you. There's half of it. I put all my shit up in the corner. There's a room for you. And it loses that nice, crisp music studio smell to, okay, Auditron up under the bridge smell. Okay, just saying. Yeah. Yeah. Right there. Yep. Yeah, it's some good double reverse projection there, Mr. Jones. But he'll pop up in Rick Crude's chat to help dox me out and say some bullshit to get me to try to shut up or go away. Actually, who told? Oh, yeah, Nick Cuck. Right? Methford gets out of jail a couple days ago now, and Nick Cuck all of a sudden starts to grow some feathers back after being plucked a little bit. Well, that's probably self-plucking, right? Because, I mean, I would, if I was a parrot, I would start self-plucking too if somebody busted me out for playing in a retirement home band that you're all flexing about. I'm in a great band. I'm this great musician. Dude, you're fucking playing Air Supply on half speed. That is a band, I think, right? Air Supply. Right. Jefferson Airplane on half speed. How about that? Dude, if I got caught up at one of Nick Cuck's little, what would you call it? Recital. Okay. A retirement home recital tryout, right? Where they're just coming in once just to try it out for free type thing. Right? Dude, if I got caught up into that place with something like that, dude, please fill the oxygen with nitrous, and maybe I'll start doing the funky chicken, man. But yeah, Rick Crude, dude, this is great. Rick Crude, we get him up in here a couple days ago now, a few days ago. Oh yeah, back to Nick Cuck. He had to say in somebody's chat room, "Go away, Aaron." Oh, damn, right? Wow, he grew some feathers back now that his buddy Methward got out of jail, huh, Nick Cuck? Right? And we freaking put the wrenches on the freaking PDF the last few days, right? He thought he was putting the wrenches on me. We put the wrenches on him. All of a sudden, he kind of fades back and has to lick his wounds a little bit. But here comes Rick Crude for him. Oh, we love PDF. He's the man. Tony's the man up in Canada. These guys are great, right? Well, here's the thing, man. I mean, you got Hebrew Hammer that's an admitted inactive or active Israeli agent, right? Doesn't like the Mossad, though. Okay, right? But he tries to call me anti-Semitic on a stream as he's bailing, running, dude, running. You piece of shit, Cox. You're anti-Semitic. Dude, you're linked up with Rick Crude. I mean, dude, this guy's more than anti-Semitic. He shot somebody, I think, or pulled a gun on a pizza guy. What the fuck? Right? And the guy was black, and he's an admitted racist. But you guys are linked up with that. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Oh yeah, they definitely need their Chewbacca's and their bench warmers. That's why they got finding bench warmers around. Oh, they called me Chewy because because Shizzle thought that he was believing Fellum on there for a minute, I think, and thought I was a cop, right? And I'm not. Haven't ever been a cop. Told you guys many a times I wanted to become a fishing game law enforcement agent, go in deep, get some really bad poachers that are just chopping the heads off of elk just to keep their freaking trophy antlers and leaving the meat, right? It's not right, okay? At one point in time in my career, that's what I wanted to become. And to get there, I had to go to college, right? Well, almost senior year, I'm like, holy shit, I'm going from the military back into some weird shit, the political height and degree in Celsius, right? of of politics within the government, going back to work for the government. I'm going back into music. F all this, man. And that's what I did. So, yeah. And they tried it, just for some people that might be listening, maybe for the first time. They've tried to peddle that I work for the DHS. I don't have any contracts. I don't work for anybody. But it seems as though people that work together with known admitted shills and mass flaggots and silicon weirdos, okay, right? Those guys, man, those guys, dude. They will lie to the end, just like PDF. Lie it out, PDF. Lie it out, lady. Right? When they think they got you cornered, right? And if they can't corner you, what they're gonna do is try to get you swatted. So that just came up yesterday for any LE listening in. Okay, you guys might get some calls from some butthurt bitches, even, and here's your Third Amendment violation with an admitted Israeli. Now, whatever our treaty is with them, NDAA, Patriot Act, whatever, but it's the waste of resources to surveil the wrong person here. Just saying, that's the type of hypocrisy that I had to point out. When there's oil tankers full of children in San Francisco Harbor, where white women and children are being trafficked and sold to the captain so they can be trafficked over to Nigeria or wherever Africa, wherever they're going, where they've got more elitists to buy white people as slaves and sex slaves and shit. It's happening. It has been happening. I've been trying to raise awareness in my own way, even throwing myself up under the bus to make myself look bad, to try to get people thinking. There's something bigger going on here, and they've got some slithereens, man, in the background trying to protect that syndicate, that huge trafficking syndicate. They're using sickos to try to label other people sickos that tries to get an interview with them, with like Mark Connors trying to get it, well, did get an interview with James D. To what? Later try to make him look bad? Try to suck him for information, what he might know, because, yeah, I'll admit, JD, he tried to do some patriotic shit, mainly from his phone or a video, but here's his chance now, right? Go in, James D. Go in and, kick some freaking captains that are buying trafficked children and women from the San Francisco area. Get in a little Navy uniform or an Army uniform, right? And go up and kick some captains in the head and in the teeth and throat punch, dude. Get it out that way. Since you need to fight people, get it out that way. Well, Kreidely, I know Crafty Cat likes Kreidely because you need to give each other that clout through these sock accounts like Mr. Jones. They're Lilith. They can't come up with their regular account that's not blocked here. Okay. But yeah, they're trying to give these sock accounts and Fed sock accounts that clout so people that are over the target that can tell people like James D, dude, there's some serious shit going down in San Fran. Will you please look into it? Right? Just like when Lilith Crafty Cat said, you better not talk about the Bundys, Aaron. Well, that's about when some real serious shit popped off about human trafficking accusations made again. With a hospital that's sponsoring drag queen story time hour in the park with knee highs singing in front of a drag queen singing, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Okay. Pardon me if I might seem a little pissed off, but I still got no hate for anybody. Oh, are you Reno? Sorry, Reno, if I thought you were, well, are you putting it on Reno and you really are Crafty Cat? Because that's the way Crafty Cat would work. But anyways. Just because I think Reno at one time blasted Crafty Cat. So that's how it'd work. Anyways, all right. Sorry, Crafty Cat, if I thought you were Reno or Lilith or. Anyways, see, I'll put it out there a little bit to see if you correct me. All right, that's what I do. So thanks for correcting me. If that's Reno and the Lilith account, what's up? Right. I was actually thinking Lilith might not been Crafty Cat because, trying to keep it a little mellow. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get into some music for a minute. Thanks for joining in, and I'm due for something else besides coffee. So just real quick, got a few of you there. I just kind of want to wrap this up with, when after Audition left, after he came and he did good work, and that's why I hope. Well, it doesn't look like I'm wrong actually, but still hope for the best and prepare for the worst type thing, right? And I definitely did with him, man. It was weird going on there, and right off the bat, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Even my own personal friends were like, dude, this guy's seems pretty sketch. Yeah. Roll with it, dude. Just keep an eye on him, right? Anyways, so what they do is they plant the seeds, okay? And a little while later, it had to come out that Audition was with PDF. He had to go front line on him and make it look like he just met up with him. Okay? He just met up with PDF. Just right, No, they were there together for a long time. Kind of, coordinating in the background. Interesting enough. But they planted the seeds in just, a little bit of a, just a, like almost, well, not as abrupt as the Mefford way, right? But started planting the seeds. Oh, man, this guy, you don't want to get caught up with him type thing, right? And that was Audition with PDF. So I actually was listening to that stream, and I on the link, and as soon as I get up there, that's when poor Dirt Farmer just kept over-talking me, and he even admitted it. I'm just going to over-talk you. With because that's his buddy. That was his buddy. He was protecting Audition. So what they did is fired first. Where I was like, I'm just busy doing other shit, man. I don't care, right? Yeah, this guy seems like a shill, and until he wants to get froggy or say something, then I'll respond. I'm busy. So when they did, I respond back. Then all of a sudden, PDF, oh, Cox attacked me first. He's got my videos all over his channel. Yeah, dude, you wanted to use an artist like Audition. You wanted to use a veteran like James D. Yes, Mr. Billie Holiday. With 2 L's. Okay? You've used many other people, just like the stripper in Chilliwack. A failed male stripper that's got pedo symbolism written all over him. Just like it was on your channel, huh, PDF? But you want to go around and dictate who the sickos are and who you label frauditors, patriots, huh, tacos. We got to label all these people that are speaking out against the government as patriots. They're not patriots. Brock? Okay. So that's the thing, you guys. That's what has been happening, is I will let them fire off a couple over the bow. I'll respond like this saying, dude, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to continue on and start laying out my evidence because I'm working on bigger things. So you want to keep your narrative up, labeling me whatever you have to on your dumbed down stupid chat room through your internet, making friends and getting wrenched to people that don't like me and think they've exposed Mr. Cox. That's what happens, right? I start going to work on somebody like the Frauditor Troll, pointing out an inconsistency, not really blasting them, pointing out an inconsistency. In my opinion, all of a sudden we got a troll, a takedown Frauditor Troll guy. We're gonna expose you. We're gonna go to work on you. My whole community's well established. You're done. Oh, hurry, fellow man. Hurry and go coach him. He's gonna need it. Get in there, Stankola. Right? And that's what they do. But you know, when you lead them right into somebody like a guy like Eric Shilkerson, Eric Spitfire, right? When you lead them right into a guy like that that's got some really nefarious connections with a sicko state actor that was working with Jason Aldean right around the time the Harvest Festival in Las Vegas, if you didn't know that. Maybe even been there and playing gunshot sounds through the speakers, in my opinion. But definitely connected to Jason Aldean right around the time the Harvest Festival happened, right before it, admitting he's working with Jason Aldean. Okay, you lead somebody like Philemon in there that's about false flag shootings and so forth, right? And all of a sudden he's white knighting and helping him out. Yeah, Cox is horrible. Here, get on my panel, Philemon. Get on my panel, Eric Shilkerson. They panel up together and come up with a plan to keep Cox destroyed, right? So then later on, Philemon could go around and go, you paneled up with Eric Shilkerson, Cox. You're helping him. You work together. Dude, you're the one who was wrenched and was licking boots and doing a Nick Cuck. Licking boots like a frauditor troll, licking boots. Wow. Just like Philemon with the main supporter, the sex offender in Fort Collins, giving him thousands of dollars. Philemon and his crew was with that guy, Inflated Head. So that's what I gotta do, is just make up names for these guys so we don't get sued. Because that's the plan. We're going to have to sue patriots and call them patriots to get them to shut up on the internet because it's fucking up our human trafficking ring. Okay. Give it your best shot. But I'll fire back with actual PayPal records that Inflated Head showed himself on how much money he gave that rodent piece of shit RSO up in Fort Collins. Wow, right? And Philemon goes and cucks to that guy. We need to help him. Same people, like the not-so-crazy lady, right, that likes to spread around. Cox is an abuser, a woman abuser. Okay, lady. Just don't get in my way. How about that? And I won't have to push you out of the way. You want to play some phone harassment games and get stupid? Well, when I fire back, okay, all of a sudden, Cox is horrible. What he did. Right, okay, show him the rest now of what you really did there, what you were doing to gaslight me, to piss me off. So I would shut up on the internet, right? Just like, it's like this shit, man. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. Yeah, Mr. Jones and Rick Crude and I Could Be and Philemon, and I think Dinkus was up in there. Yeah, just because I put one comment in Rick Crude's chat, all of a sudden, blamzo, there's 5 of them. Cox is the LARP. Cox is an agent, just like LARP Busters does. Okay, go ahead and prove that, but they got 100 sheep sitting there going, oh my gosh, we need to believe these sock accounts. Make sure you give him clout there, Kim. Oh, Mr. Jones is great, huh, Angela G? Okay. Yes, yeah, yep. Well, and that's it just came out. Tetro, it just came out. I'm like way behind in the chat. But Yeah, it just came out. White House or Biden officials or Biden affiliates colluding with big tech. I mean, I was talking about this years ago. They're trying to use cybernetics to enslave people, just saying, and then weaken your backbone force, which are the veterans, to try to shut them up. Try to get people at their house gaslighting them so they lose their Second Amendment. Now you can go for the First, no problem. Since the Second Amendment's gone in some scenarios. Yep. Yeah, so bottom line here is, okay, all these accusations keeps coming out and about to more. There's going to be more, okay? I can see, like I said, just like when Auditron mounted up, right, and had to come at Mr. Cox, just a little bit, a couple over the bow with Port Earth Farmer, right? Well, we're going to jump ahead of it a little bit, but I definitely got some shots to fire back with, but I don't want it, okay? And because I'm not about destroying people, okay? A lot of you made the news. Not trying to be mean about it. Just saying sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction and people don't want to believe the truth. So then it becomes funny. Once that point in period of time comes and people don't want to believe, right? But that's fine. You know, let's have a comedy show. Other people have been watching for years this channel, my channels, trying to figure out, well, how's Cox gonna pull this off? We gotta mimic what he's doing quick. So he gets distracted and doesn't do any more shows, right? I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. But hey, that's the way it seems. In other cases, so here it is. Been trying to pull this up. Got a 6-minute clip. Got it off a BitChute. Was sent to me. Snopes already put out like real quick. Snopes like, nope, this is fake. That's fake. Okay. This was released on June 27th, 2023. And then that movie hits on July 4th. It's really interesting. But let's go ahead and play this 6-minute clip on what happened on 6/27/23. Navy SEALs rescue children on an oil tanker in San Francisco.
Here's another one, Patriots. This is from Michael Baxter with Real Raw News. Navy SEALs save children from child sex.
I just want to tell you. Oh crap! We're gonna have to start that over. Just want to tell you that the Real Raw News, Michael Baxter put out last year or 2021. He put out that there were children saved on another oil tanker, but I think it was near Taiwan or something. And then Snopes came out. Oh, debunked. Didn't happen. Navy SEALs not ready. Okay, so the Real Raw News is okay. Even okay, I'm going to say this once again. Even my own state put up on a state bulletin board over the freeway saying human trafficking is happening. Call this number if you see anything. Okay, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to let's say it's a double reverse, trying to thin out the herd that's going to report something like that? Right? That guy disappears or something. Or gets shut up online so he doesn't say anything. Has it really been working like that? I think to a pretty good degree, especially with like Chinese tech involved with the scrap yards. The way they can either bump you out of your own stream yard because you're saying too much, or DDoS you, or monitor you, recording you, tracking you, right? Everything through that scrapyard. That's why they want you there, and that's why I use a different broadcaster that's, well, doesn't have a watermark. Let's put it that way. Anyways, true or not, no matter what Snopes says, this was published on 6/27/23. Navy SEALs saved rescue children aboard an oil tanker in San Francisco. Should be enough to activate James D. Come on, dude.
Here's another one, Patriots. This is from Michael Baxter with Real Raw News. Navy SEALs save children from child sex slavers. Navy SEALs on Sunday rescued hundreds of children enslaved from a crude oil tanker berthed at San Francisco Bay. If all the information is correct, this operation marks the second in 2 years white hats have freed captive children from cargo ships or tankers near the California coast.
All right. I got to stop right there because the word white hats may ruffle feathers. May some people say, "Oh, that's still another side of the government." Well, I think here's the thing, Kay. American esprit and pride. There are still people out there doing good things, especially for the children. I'm not trying to monetize or get donos or sympathy donos, anything, okay? Haven't ever asked for it, don't want it. Here's the thing, okay? Well, you know what? I will be honest, though. I did get help once because I did need it, and I reached out to a friend, and they did help me, and it was awesome. And it actually wasn't even for me. It was for somebody else that really needed it, and I couldn't help. Anyways, okay? I'm not weaponizing the children or victims like other people have, not even knowing the full background of the story and what I'm looking into. Right? While some people are focused on, like the pred catchers, on the ground, okay? While the pred catchers are on the ground, actually taking out, I think, 50% of the traffickers, getting them off the street that would abduct a child and sell them to a captain of the oil tanker or something. Okay? Once again, I advocate for that. All right, let's keep going. But as far as the white hat thing, okay, I know it ruffles feathers. I don't know who they are, but she says it was a Coast Guard white hat cutter that assisted. A white hat ran Coast Guard cutter that assisted the Navy SEALs. Okay. If this story is true, I'm not saying, hey, the white hats are good. Okay. I'm just saying there's a scenario where a Coast Guard cutter ship responded to help the Navy SEALs rescue children. Now, if it's fake, right, this stream will probably be struck for misinformation and it'll go down. But here's the thing. It's up on BitChute. And it'll be up on my backup channels that I'm broadcasting to that people don't know about, where it will stick. But YT will be like, you know, butthurt little fellow shills are going to be striking the shit out of this for misinformation. Why? Why are you protecting main supporters of sickos, Fellowmon? Why are you protecting someone like Eric Shilkerson and saying, I'm working with him, when you were protecting him when people were busting out Eric Shilkerson for doing a suicide LARP for Mark Connor, saying, oh, he killed himself because everybody was bullying him and he was innocent, right? Then later on, oh, Mark Connor is a pedo, says Eric Spitfire, right? Interesting. And Mark Connors may have, in my opinion, showed up at the Harvest Festival in Las Vegas playing gunshot sounds through the speakers because he was working. He admitted on his own stream, his own video, he was working with Jason Aldean, and this was just maybe months before the Harvest Festival incident in Las Vegas. 2018, well, October 1st or something like that. I don't know. It was 2018 sometime. That's not a white hat. Okay? If the Muffin Man has affiliations with some weird organizations, OGAs, right? They got busted out with all the Twitter drops. Thanks, Musk. Even though I don't agree with a lot of shit that he does, but I will give him props on that one. That's all I'm giving Musk for, was the Twitter drops. That's all I'm giving him props for. Anyways. These guys look like, and I'm going to make an example out of them on, that's not a white hat. Mr. Connors having to get on the phone with senators and congressmen and generals and give them a down low on what's going on the street. That's coming from a sicko. That's not a white hat. I guarantee that the captain of this cutter that backed up the Navy SEALs, white hat or not, said, hell yeah, we'll respond. We'll be right there. That's a good thing. Making deals with sickos and the little Shilkerson socks and the Fellowmon socks, protecting the trafficking industry and syndicate. Okay, that's not white hat shit. That's just sellout shit. But trust me, you got some good people out there that realize what's going on, there to come to assist. Just to let you know.
California coast, a waypoint in the child sex trade industry. There was another incident reported in November 2021. And if we're Evergreen, when they ran that ship ashore and all that, that was all involved in, had weapons of mass destruction, but it also had tons of children, okay? On Saturday afternoon, an unknown tipster supplied the general's office with real-time images of emaciated children standing shoulder to shoulder in what appeared to be the belly of a commercial tanker. One picture showed barely clothed kids packed together like a tin of sardines, some children with visible wounds on their arms, legs, faces, and torsos. General Smith's experts validated the images and identified the vessel as Dubai Brilliance, a Marshall Island flag supertanker, anchored in the San Francisco Bay between San Francisco and Alameda.
Oh, wait a minute. Did she just say, I can't go back, it's BitChute, or else I'll have to just start over to be able to rewind a little bit? I think she just said the tanker was flying Marshall Island flag. Well, do you guys remember the case that we busted open from the tax assessor in Mesa? In what was it, Maricopa County tax assessor a few years back? He was bringing, I mean, in a Mormon missionary, he went on his mission to the Marshall Islands, and that's how he made his connections. Became a lawyer, then the tax assessor for Maricopa County, and then he was busted for trafficking women from the Marshall Islands that were pregnant, stacking them 10 deep in a 2-bedroom apartment, putting them on Medicare, Medicaid. Their babies are being born for free here in the United States, and he was selling them for anywhere from 15 to 40 grand a piece. And the ship is trafficking children that's got the Marshall Islands flag. There might be a bigger, yeah. And I know I'm way back in the chat room, but yeah, we're talking about that. I didn't want to say it because the algorithms, the name of the movie, because well, I'm sure they got the algorithms just plugged and heated and waiting for somebody to say the sound of freedom's real, right? And then you go on a flag list.
In Alameda. The 63,000-ton vessel was built
I'm going to try to go back. Okay.
Alameda.
Right there. All right, it's a little farther back than I wanted.
Supplied the general's office with real-time images of emaciated children standing shoulder to shoulder in what appeared to be the belly of a commercial tanker. One picture showed barely clothed kids packed together like a tin of sardines. Some children
Hey, there you go, Meth Word. Maybe you can get a hold of those pictures and sell them with your fake ass pearl beads. Your CP business.
Visible wounds on their arms, legs, faces, and torsos. General Smith's experts validated the images and identified the vessel as Dubai Brilliance, a Marshall Island flag supertanker anchored in the San Francisco Bay between San Francisco and Alameda. The 63,000-ton vessel was built in 2011 by Brilliance Maritime Incorporated by United Arab Emirates. It can hold 20 million food, apparently unquantifiable number of children. The navigation logs show the vessel arrived in San Francisco on June 12th, with no listed departure date. The ports of call were Norway, Wilhelmshaven, Germany, Algeria, of which has a history of child trafficking. After reviewing the images, General Smith contacted his White Hat liaison, U.S. Army WARCOM in Coronado, asking whether a team was available to investigate. Our source would not say how many SEALs or teams took part in the rescue, but admitted a sizable force due to the number of children allegedly held captive and the possibility of encountering hostiles on the ship. He added that a White Hat aligned Coast Guard cutter was put on standby to aid extraction. After boarding the ship at approximately 1:30 a.m. Sunday, the SEALs, without firing a single shot, neutralized 9 armed goons, slitting their throats or garroting them. Okay, they found kidnapped children in 2 parts of the ship, the oil hold compartments and the crew quarters. The scene in the hold mimicked the SEALs had seen in the photographs. Hundreds of terrified children, malnourished, huddled together for warmth and crying so loudly the wails echoed off the hull. The SEALs estimated most kids pre-teens, though some were barely old enough to walk. This angers me and makes me sad. No children discovered in the hold were American, meaning the traffickers put them aboard the ship at other ports. but the adolescents found locked in crew quarters were American citizens whom the kidnappers had brought to the boat while anchored in San Francisco Bay. A 12-year-old girl hugged the SEAL
So that means they're taking Americans to other ports to sell them. In this story. Now we're going to be getting into it here in a minute. It's almost done. I'll give you my analysis.
the SEALs, saying that bad, dirty men abducted her while she was riding her bicycle a few yards from the doorstep at San Francisco. Her doorstep. The freshly kidnapped American children fared better than the foreigners in the hold. They hadn't been confined long enough to sustain injuries or face starvation. The SEALs found 15 decaying corpses mixed in the living hold. A rescue operation began immediately, and the SEALs and the Coast Guard used skiffs and the cutter to to get them out of the tanker quick. Our source would not quantify the exact number of children saved, but he said the Coast Guard made several round trips to port from the ship. The surviving foreign and domestic children were brought to safety and are being identified so they can be returned to their proper families. So, there is stuff going on behind the scenes, everybody. I know that we're ready for everything to be done and over with. There's so many evil deep state rats
Oh,
that
there's
have
that
to
ghost.
be dealt with. Okay? So everybody have a blessed day today.
There's that ghost. There's that ghost to chase. So here's my hypothesis with this, okay? And just to let you know, Kilominados, if you want to join in, all right, and LARP it up, whatever you do, okay, have fun. We can scrap on this a little bit, and there's a join link in the description box, just to let you know. All right, and if you want to join in, totally cool. I'll hang out for no, maybe 20 minutes, okay? Even if it's playing music. But anyways, here's my hypothesis, okay? Let's say this one piece is satire. It's just one piece, right? But what if the rescues are really happening and they don't want to put it on blast to create not only public fear, but I mean, look at the way that the July 4th freaking movie released, right? That's it's almost like they got to do it through Hollywood to whip people in shape with it, not so much scare the shit out of them, but still conditioning in my opinion. But so let's say that one piece of satire that we just listened to, but the rescues are still happening. They don't want the trafficker to know, let's say, exactly where they're at. So let's say that satire piece comes out for San Francisco, but they're heavily focused on, just for instance, let's just say Portland. Okay. So while traffickers are avoiding that area because word got out, right? They think they're going to be able to move over to Portland for their port and, put children and Americans on boats to be sold, in other countries. Okay. So the traffickers might go, okay, if they're focused over on San Fran, then we'll go over to Portland when the Coast Guard and the Navy SEALs are already set up there waiting for them. That's just my opinion and what I gathered through some of my, like I said earlier, I wanted to become a fish and game wildlife, agent to be able to take down some really bad poachers. Because why? Well, I saw it when I was really young, where I was raised in the mountains. I saw poaching, and it was fucked up. And they would actually, too long of a story, but saw some shit. And when I was, okay, Fellowmon, I know you're listening, Kay, and Fellowmon's got to paddle, right? The first time I told this story, he had to peddle that it happened 5 hours ago. Okay, 5 hours ago, Cox was abducted. Right? No. I put out that's the way they twist it up, right? No, before I turned 5, right around 5, I was abducted. Okay? And, well, the story from there, whatever the shills like Malibu want to put out and the influencers want to put out, right, is, I mean, that's their twisted fantasy, whatever. Right? You want to know the goods on there. I talked about it once before and how I got out of that. And, yeah, I've been trying to shut up since I was 4, dude. And according to Mike True 2020's sources, when I crawled out of my mother's womb, I was put right on the front lines of Nam, and I got a serious body count. So, and that's not true, okay? Anyways. Because I'm not that badass. But once again, you're going to hear things that are going to come out because the shots have been fired over the bow. You're going to hear things that are coming out with that nice new little Aquino twist. Okay, where when I say, dude, you need help and prayers, and the victim goes, are you threatening me? Okay, that's some victim mentality shit, some weird shit going on there. Not my issues. But Hebrew Hammer's going to go around and say, and his crew, you're going to get swatted. You're wasting taxpayers' dollars on that swatting, number one, just because I'm LARPing it up on the internet. Trying to advise people. Now, if Hebrew Hammer had all this power and notoriety, he said, in the PDF force, why were there children on a tanker? If they're vigilante, no, you're creating a USC 18 USC 241, 242 violation with your prison guard buddy there, and a Third Amendment violation, in my opinion. Because of the digital communications that Hebrew Hammer wants to have a good standard on. If you're a veteran, you can't LARP on the internet. You can't do that. Oh yeah, and your room's not clean either. You shouldn't be on the internet. You should be cleaning your room. Dude, there's tankers apparently full of children and Americans that are being trafficked out of the United States. Why aren't you helping out with that? Oh, wait a minute. His crew was probably in Burns, Oregon right before Lavoy Finicum got shot in the back. Okay. Which is a good likelihood, just like Mark Connors being at Harvest Festival, Las Vegas, possibly, in my opinion. And possibly, I'm not even going to say that unless it's at least over a 90% chance. That's as good as pred catchers, when they call the cops are showing up. That's good. 90% of the time. Anyways, everybody, thanks for joining in. I got out what I had to say. Like I said, I don't want to be the asshole, and I don't want to have to fire back on this one, and I don't want to fire back on this. But I'm going to just let them do their thing, just like always, right? The hater has to use the word hate and karma, will team up with shillbags that have already said, oh, we destroyed Cox a long time ago. Run to them so they can come up with a whole new narrative. And it's going to be great. I can't wait to see what comes out Denise Mad Cow style with her one tooth. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Holy crap. I think there are things that you can do about that, even if what we just went through, okay, that's not real. I think it's still happening. It's still happening. They're saying it's happening. It's happening, I think. I guess. Well, if we got a little bit of a likelihood, maybe there's something you can do about it. Raise awareness. Or get a hold of James D. He put his phone number out there, and maybe he can go sniff around that harbor and maybe put some preds on blast that want to abduct women and children. That's what I advocate for, because why? He's right there, right? For me, all I can do in my area is look up the RSOs and keep an eye out for them and wait to see if they're with any children. And then, should we make them into a puppet online for a minute? That sounds good. Then call the cops? More than likely. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Peace out. Much love, prayers, blessings. We'll play some music for a little while. Thanks for joining in. Oh yeah, just a quick heads up. I gotta start running around. If somebody joins in and wants to have something to say, go back and forth for a minute, especially just pertaining to the subject matter here. Okay, go ahead and click that join link in the description box. I'll check here in a few minutes the back room, see if anybody's there. But I think I'm going a little bit too long here, and I got to get going on what I do and troll the shit out of PDF and Rick Crude. No, just kidding. I got way more important shit to do than that. But that is fun. I will admit, that is fun. Trolling our state actors as chew toys, using them for our entertainment since they're trying to make money off of our videos. Well, I much rather just get my clout bucks through laughs at people laughing at you guys that got to say that I'm anti-Semitic, right? Oh wow, are we getting our internet cut here? Huh. What the heck, man? Oh, that was weird. All right, thanks for joining in. Yeah, I got stuff to do. Don't click the join link. We'll try to do one. I'll do a scrapyard soon. What's today? Oh shit, maybe we can do a scrapyards tonight. We'll do a walleye fish fry, all you can eat. Actually, I had some new fish on the menu. Hey, Cluminatos. Let me post that. I get what you're saying. But what if the satire piece is to bring awareness? Okay, now I didn't watch the 4th of July movie. Okay, I didn't watch it. I watched a little bit of the trailer. Got a basis for it, but is that based upon a true story? It might be. I think so, right? The 4th of July movie might be based upon a true story. Let's say even if it's not, it still raises awareness, and they don't want to give up exactly where their sting operation is set up at. They might not want people, well, they might want people to think they're set up in San Fran and they got a good bust when they're focused on somewhere else because the traffickers think that they're going to be in San Fran. You know what I'm saying? There's some double twist there to be able to keep the traffickers kind of on their toes. But here's the other thing with that is you still have to have a crime or a reasonable suspicion. Well, I mean, I don't think the Coast Guard really does. They can just board anybody, right? But you still need some reason to be stopping people. Ooh, man. Oh, we're getting all our lines checked over here, guys. Hey, you guys trying to check my oil? Is somebody pissed off there that I said too much? Right, but it still could be, okay, before we get blasted off the internet, somebody just got pissed. No. Well, you see, that's weaponizing. That's weaponizing the conspiracy theory when I'm just like a conspiracy factualist or a realist. This could be true, but it could be satire to throw the trafficker off. Okay, so apparently Columinatus, and that's what I was looking from Columinatus. Do you think it's possible that this could be happening and these pieces are satire, but to still raise awareness? Well, you're a nut job if you think that. Dude, so Columinatus, why in my state of Arizona did I see a state billboard lit up that says human trafficking is real? Please be aware. Call this number if you see anything. Why? Okay, so are you calling the state conspiracy theorists on that? I saw it with my own eyes, dude. It's on a traffic billboard, state billboard over the freeway, not on the side like Michael Barden, targeted individual in his blueberry suit. Oh my gosh. All right.
ocean, fall into bleed, playing with all nature of ours, metaphysical. The forest is deep, like your heartbeat, lights of the sun, laying in the soul, river floating outside from its own stream. It's so calm and free, it sticks to the gravity Birds are flying in the sky, the wind kisses our cheeks. We are going deep, looking the earth's tendency. The forest is deep, like your heartbeat, lights of the sun, laying on the soul, river floating outside from its own spring. It's so calm and free. Six to the gravity. Forest is deep, like your heartbeat, lights of the sun, laying on the soul, river floating outside from its own spring.
Я представляю тебя с бородой. Очень даже очень хорошо. Может быть, когда-нибудь. После того, как ты мне сказал, представь. Типа это, ну, как бы это же, это... Типа, ну, это твой выбор абсолютно. Это прекрасно. Что ты как бы делаешь, что хочешь. Я представляю тебя с бородой. Очень даже выглядишь хорошо. Может быть, когда-нибудь. Это твой выбор абсолютно. Это прекрасно, что ты делаешь, что хочешь. Может быть, когда вернешься.
Yeah, maybe Cluminatos. You can either call the Coast Guard or go to San Francisco Bay yourself, or Harbor, or call the Navy SEALs to get a confirm on whether or not that story is true or false, instead of just saying it's false. That's misinformation or disinformation. I mean, well, just because Snopes says it is, okay, I'm not buying it. So we need James D on the scene, dude. We need James D to go in, right? Maybe he can call, make some calls, go down there, get some cell phone footage. I mean, I know it was on the 27th, but going active, like becoming a pred catcher and catching those guys when the ship is coming in. I bet you. Well, and I'm sure San Francisco Harbor is a little more safe now, even if that story was false. See what I'm saying? Might change up the music here in a second. A little too slow for what I got going today. All right, I'm gonna play. Looks like 4 songs here, and I'm gonna start out with the one we heard earlier, right at the beginning. I want to hear it again. It's a pretty good track, and might not like these, but I need to see if one of them, the last track before I end out, actually hits a copyright. So that's sometimes why I play music, to see what the copyright's gonna do with it. Anyways, thanks for joining in. Got some drum and bass tracks coming up with some deep drum and bass. And then that last track, I want to see what it does with the copyright. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Peace out. All right, so I need to go back there and before I end out here. Reason why I sometimes let music rolls to see what's gonna pop up on the copyright, and it is part of the internal audit. And that last song, which was really interesting. Sometimes I've noticed if I'm playing a song that might get hit by a copyright claim, I might get dropouts. And I was listening, and I had a couple little dropouts, and sometimes that means well, who knows? They're about ready. They're jacking in, about ready to freaking black screen you, I think, right? Sometimes. But looking at the license on that last song, there's a reason why I wanted to play it to see if I could maybe down the road put it into a video somewhere and not get the video struck. Okay. But that license, and here's the way it should work for anybody that claims they were in the copyright law industry, right? Working for a lawyer, anybody out there that might think they worked for a couple years, right? But don't really know the copyright laws and issues, so forth, and how to not get shut down, so forth, right? Takes a long time to learn that. But for you copyright heads out there still listening in, thanks for sticking around, I guess, for the bonus material. This was licensed to Merlin IDOL Distribution on behalf of the label that song, or the channel. Well, it's more likely a record label that came. So they're representing the record label that has that song. Merlin represents them. Now, how it's supposed to work for you guys that are, into the big tech corruption crap that, I talk about sometimes, right? The way it's supposed to work is either someone from Merlin or someone from Silicon Valley is supposed to be, well, the algorithm hits, okay? Goes, oh man, Cox is playing another copyrighted song. Who does that belong to? This is what they're supposed to do, right? Oh, who does that belong to? Oh, V label, XV label, right? Just giving it for instance. Because then all of a sudden people figure out who they are and troll them and get with them. Don't let Cox play your music on his streams. Ban them, right? That's what they do. What they're supposed to do is actually, I mean, I don't know how they've got a direct line, even in the middle of the night, to a representative on behalf of XY record label, right? And get him on the phone and go, hey, we got Cox over here. He's playing some of your music, and we don't like him. You want us to black screen him or monetize his video? And if the guy's smart on the other line goes, yeah, dude, just let him monetize, man. Keep that music, or keep that money rolling in from playing the music, right? Just put an advertisement on his stream. Well, the thing is YT or Silicon Valley isn't really getting a hold of the on behalf of XY record label. Okay, they're just going, nope, just black screen them. I'm sure they're not going to like them, especially Merlin. Merlin has black screened me in the past, but I think it's been on behalf of the YT platform and being routed through maybe the Fusion Center. Oh no, don't let them play that song. Anyways, I got to get going. Thanks for joining, everybody. Little copyright for your streams. Little unlicensed advice from a seasoned veteran of the broadcasting industry. Everything is nefarious until you go in yourself. Let's put it that way. Right? I think I kind of learned the hard way. Yeah, the broadcasting industry, there's some fair shit happening there. Well, I'm going to go in anyway. Oh shit, it's a little different, just like a friend of mine that went into law enforcement, right? He had to get he had his own independent business. Things were starting to slow down because of CV-19 or so forth. He decides to sign up to become a cop. His partner gets shot. He spazzes out. It takes him a few months, and he had to quit. Okay, you're gonna want to try to do the right thing and go out there to maybe get your message out, or to become the patriot I've always wanted to become. Right? Oh my gosh, that's a classified word now. That's a criminalized word. But seriously, you just got to you got to roll with the punches, because I mean, some of the assholes are there to punch first. That's not me, man. But once I notice you want to come up from behind a couple of different ways and try to get a couple in, because you can't face on, right? You can't head on. It's always got to be in the back, throwing daggers and shit like that in somebody's back. It's messed up, man. That's all I can say. That's why I just try to bring the music and some positivity, even though people are like, that guy's a hater. He's pissed. Right. Well, I just know everybody can have a better day because you choose to, not because you chose to let Mr. Cox screw up your day because you need a bad guy, and I gave you the character to how can we put it, with the Auditron style, with the twist of Michael Barden, right? That's what we today. Thanks for everybody. Peace out. My prayers.